First up tonight, Labor doesn't deserve to be re-elected in Queensland, but the way there are some perceiving what's going on here, the way in which it's handled the COVID crisis from a health perspective, there's every chance it will be. And the LNP needs to take some responsibility for this state of affairs. The internal fighting and poor decision-making at LNP headquarters shows a party in turmoil. Why would the LNP dump Lawrence Springborg from its state executive? Now, Springborg was the architect of the modern LNP. He's a capable and he's a smart human being. Yet somebody within the LNP hierarchy thought it a good idea to punt him. Then you've got this unedifying experience of the LNP backroom boys leaking against leader Deb Frecklington to the point where she had to stand up publicly just a few weeks ago and say she wouldn't be bullied. It's extraordinary. And all the while, Anastasia Palaszczuk stands in front of the TV cameras, smiling, telling Queenslanders that she's kept the state safe from COVID by the hardline border closure stance. Her messaging on COVID is drowning out the lacklustre fiscal performance, the fails on child safety and youth crime, and the integrity scandals that have beset her former deputy Jackie Trabb. Instead, Labor appears set to buck the trend and they'll win another term, consigning Queensland to being run by the unions and the left of the Labor Party. Now, the LNP has a 100-day... By the way, she probably needs to send Daniel Andrews a bouquet of flowers because he's shown how you can get this drastically wrong and she's shown how you can get it so right. The LNP's got 100 days from today, actually, to get itself back in the election fight. It needs cut through, it needs to stay the course, and it needs to outline its economic vision for a state that has a debt totalling nearly $100 billion. Let me repeat that, a debt totalling nearly $100 billion. It needs to tackle the ballooning public service. It needs to build the dams and the coal mines needed to create jobs in Queensland, and it needs to expose the folly of Labor's decision not to approve job creation projects like the Stage 3 of the Acland coal mine, which will, of course, cost hundreds of jobs. Nobody should ever question Anastasia Palaszczuk's cool head in a crisis. It's her greatest trait. But the question voters need to pose is, can Queensland afford another 4 years of Labor incompetence? That's the real issue at play here.